So tonight we're talking about The Real Housewives of New York, Season 12, Episode 5. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed already, do it now. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content. So this episode was just okay for me. So this episode starts off with Sonia getting ready for her fashion show. It's Fashion Week in New York. And just like Kyle from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Sonia is showing at Fashion Week this week. She is showing her fashion line, Sonia Morgan by Sonia Morgan, which she says all of her pieces are under $250. So these are ready to wear fashions. These are fashions that if you watch the Beverly Hills Housewives, you will know that Sutton would never purchase that. Sutton would not be buying anything from the Sonia Morgan collection. It just would not happen. We move over to Tinsley, who is getting prepared to be in the Garrow Sparrow show. Garrow was actually on Project Runway, and he is an amazing designer. His designs are mostly sort of avant-garde. I mean, when you buy something that he has designed, you have an absolute place in mind that you're going and you're going to be wearing that. Because this isn't, his designs don't strike me as anything that you would just throw on to, you know, go to the laundromat, hang out at the Walmart or the Target or into your office. You have some sort of event where people are going to be grandiose and you have to show up and show out. So anyway, Tinsley was in his fashion show. She got to wear a beautiful crown. The dress was really cute, but what I liked the most was the shoes. It was very nice. Right before the fashion show, Tinsley was sitting there with her mom. Her mom's crying, and I start to think, every season, Tinsley's mom gets 2 or 3 episodes, and in every one of those episodes, they are crying or doing something that's just odd. And, you know, I love a good mother-daughter relationship. I love a mom-son relationship. I really do. But to me, something is very odd about Tinsley's relationship with her mother. And I don't mean to be rude because that's not what I do. You know, I never set out to be just outright hurtful or anything. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with their relationship. I'm just saying, to me, it's odd. I mean, put down in the comments, what do you think about that relationship between Tinsley and her mother? Remember last season when they were out picking out wedding dresses, rolling around in the dressing rooms and everything, drinking a good champagne, and she wasn't even engaged? That's not something that I would do. And it's not something that my mom would not call me up and say, girl, your ex is getting old. Why don't we go out and look at some wedding dresses? I've been trying to convince this man to marry you. No. I just think it's odd. They went over to Luann, who is planning for her new cabaret, and I just want to ask, is anybody shocked? I mean, Luann has found something that is working for her. She is generating cash. She has more fans on top of fans. She is going to cabaret herself out. This woman said, oh, hell no. I'm just going to keep these cabarets going. Remember her last cabaret was Keeping It Giovanni or something like that. I have no idea what the hell it was, to be honest, but I do know she released that song Feelin' Giovanni. But her new one is Mary F. Kill, which I don't know. I guess if I have the opportunity and it lands right in my face, I would go to Luann's cabaret and I might know a few of the songs. And yeah, so Luann is keeping the cabaret party going. So the girls go to their next fashion show, which was a Pamela Rowland fashion show. And I'm assuming that she is major in fashion. As I've said before, I am not a fashionista. No. I go over to Target, New York and Company, Marshalls, Macy's, I don't know anything about couture fashions, and I don't know a lot of designers by name. There are a few, but that's only because I watch Project Runway. Otherwise, no. But anyway, Ramona takes the time to let everybody know that Tinsley was an absolute mess at her house, that she put a spot of spaghetti sauce on her duvet cover. She left trash all over the room, including food. She tried to cover up the duvet stain by laying a magazine on top of it, and she was pissed. So as soon as Tinsley got there, she let her know how pissed off she was. And this, for the first time, I am not mad at Ramona. Do I think it was cool that she told everybody? Probably not. But I do think that she should have got Tinsley all the way together. Tinsley is in her 40s, and she should have known not to leave food and trash in this woman's house. Make the bed up. If you have put this stain on this woman's duvet, you could have at least offered to pay for the dry cleaning or offered to buy her a new duvet. This is ridiculous. The disrespect when they go to people's homes is something that I wasn't raised that way. If you're at somebody's house, you need to be respectful to their property, to their things. Just plain rude. But then you have to remember when Ramona was at Dorinda's house, when she ripped all those pictures and stuff off the wall and ripped that paint off in Dorinda's room, she didn't give two shits about Dorinda's feelings or her property. So maybe this is just karma coming back to smack you in the face. I have no idea. I'm just saying. Leah was supposed to be at the fashion show as well, but she had a personal situation and she wasn't able to show up. Ramona gets an attitude. I can't believe she just didn't show up. Here we are on front row. You just don't stand up someone when you're at a beautiful fashion show like this on front row. It's just bad manners. Look at all the other people that are here. You know what? Life happens. Sometimes you just can't be on the damn front row. If you've got something going on with your life, you can't show up. Squeeze together, space out a little, fill in the place. Ask somebody who's back in the nosebleed if they want to come up and sit with you. Let it go, Ramona. So while Pamela is trying to show off her collection, Sonia is trying to figure out what the hell is happening with hers. She is calling people, she is texting people, she is on her phone. Oh my God, we need more models. Oh my God, we don't have this. What do you mean we don't need this? Oh my gosh. People are giving her tips. Dorinda's like, hey, you need some of these things to put into your gift bags. Ramona's like, well, do you have champagne? Well, do you have this and this? What? It sounds like Sonia and Kyle got together and said, we are going to fix these fashion lines. We are going to have clothes that somebody else designed. We're going to put our name on it. We're going to pay for a fashion show. And yeah, we don't know a damn thing about it. As much time as both Kyle and Sonia spend at fashion shows and talking about all of their fashion brands, oh my gosh, I'm wearing Michael Kors today. Oh, this is Dolce & Gabbana. They don't know anybody that they could have called to help them out. I don't understand this. I don't understand the waiting till it's 3 days till your fashion show to actually kick into gear and do a little work. I'm just saying. I wasn't raised like that. So anyway, the rest of the girls were completely pissed at Sonia, and Ramona says she was embarrassed. How many times has Ramona embarrassed the dog shit out of people? It's your turn. Now you get to be embarrassed. Feel the pain that the rest of us feel. So they go out to lunch. All the girls are just laughing and talking and looking over the menu, and Sonia's on her cell phone. She is trying to figure out what the hell is going on with her fashion show. She is really upset. Nobody's doing what she wants them to do. The people she hired, oh my gosh, they're not doing it right. She said her interns just can't handle all this pressure and all this work, so I have to do it. The rest of the girls are like, girl, if you don't get off that phone. Sonia says, well, forget it. I'm just going to go home then because I've got work to do. This is a big fashion show. And Ramona says, no, it isn't. This is not a big fashion show. And she says it twice. I said, well, way to be supportive, damn it. Way to support. No, this is not a big fashion show. See, the big fashion show was the Pamela Rowland one we went to that you didn't see because you were too busy talking on your phone and texting. Okay, I'll put that part in. She didn't say that part about the Pamela Rowland show, but she meant it. I could see it in her head. Well, anyway, they finally calmed her down and she moved to the table next to them so she can continue working. But Leah shows up, right? And as soon as Leah sits down, Ramona, who's not their mama, I mean, she had just went off on Tinsley about leaving that bedroom in disarray. As if Tinsley was 2 and she was her mother. As last I checked, she was Avery's mom. But anyway, soon as Leah sits down, she lets her know how rude and what bad manners. How dare you not show up when you have a seat on the first row at a fashion show.
That's really rude. You were rude.
Honestly, listen, I'm telling you, I promise that if I could have made it.
Bad manners.
And we're front row, so Pamela's like, what happened?
Yeah. Well, you two girls are really misbehaving.
It happens.
Really, bitch? if you don't shut the hell up right now, I'm going through something. So anyway, Leah explains to her that her dad called her to let her know that her mother is not speaking to her right now because she is very pissed off about Leah drinking again after 9 years sobriety. So everybody, of course, has their opinions, and I get where Leah's mom is coming from. Do I think she's handling it the way I would handle it as a mom? No. But I don't tell anybody how to parent their child. That is not my job. That is not my business. What I am saying is, if I was scared, like I just think her mom is afraid. If I was afraid that my daughter was going to backslide and that she was going to go down a dangerous path, that I could possibly lose my daughter or it could affect my granddaughter, I would be upset as well. Especially because her family and her friends and her family, her close friends and family, they know what alcohol does to her. I mean, we just saw a little taste of it last week and I wasn't impressed by it. I thought it was a lot. And as a matter of fact, I might be a little sheltered or something, but me and my friends, we have drinks every now and again. Sometimes we drink a little too much, but I have never seen anybody act a fool like that. I really haven't. Not in my friend group. But anyway, she says that she texted her mom that she was drinking again. And Ramona said something that I do agree with. She said, texting your mom is for, I'm running late, I'm on my way. But not when you have a problem with alcohol and you'd been sober for 9 years. Do you text your mom to let her know you are drinking again? I agree. I don't think that was the appropriate time. I don't think that was good.
She wasn't responding to my text messages after I told her. So when I called my dad after Garrow Sparrow, I told him I'm trying to get in touch with mom. I can't get in touch with her. And he's like, mommy's like really mad at you and she just doesn't want to talk to you right now.
She's afraid.
I was trying to tell you something. So listen, in the midst of Leah explaining her issues, Tinsley must have felt like, wait a minute, girl, I'm not getting that camera time. She brings up this stupid, trivial conversation that her and her mom was having, that she calls it a little argument, a little disagreement about her hair, curly or straight. Nobody gives a damn.
But not like in a bad way. More like she was like, no, but you just look more beautiful with straight hair and the whole thing.
I wish me and my mother were arguing over like the way I wore my hair, but we're talking about like big life.
I wanted to wear my hair a certain way. I can't comment.
You see what I mean? By the end of that ongoing conversation about her mom, her hair curly and straight, Dorinda wanted to stab her brain out with her damn butter knife. I am glad that Dorinda decided to keep her mouth shut because that would have just caused even more issues, and we don't need it. Not at all. So they move over to Leah, and she actually takes us to her office with her. She has a clothing line that she's had for 15 years called Married to the Mob. And it's streetwear, and she said 15 years ago she called it streetwear and nobody else was calling it that, and she just wanted it for the hip young lady, the ladies who like to kind of dress like a guy, back in the early 2000s, and she said that she couldn't find anything in the other lines that she wanted to wear, so she decided to create her own line. Plus she also said that everywhere else that she got hired, she got fired from, so she really needed to create her own job, which that's smart. I mean, there are a lot of people that get fired everywhere they work. I don't know any of those people, but they're around. So her daughter's father, Rob, stops by for a visit. He wanted to check in with her and just let her know that he is absolutely not okay with her drinking again. He says, of course it's her prerogative. However, she knows that it sends her down a destructive path. And all he cares about is their daughter. And if her drinking starts to cause any issues with their daughter, then there will be a problem. And she tries to say that, it's not going to be a problem. She's socially drinking or whatever. He tells her that she is totally fooling herself. She is not fooling anyone but herself. She tells him that she has never felt approval from her mom, just judgment. He says, well, that's what parents do. Now, yes, parents are judgy. I mean, they're just trying to do the best by you. But now I can't speak for all parents. But me as a parent, I am always giving my son approval. I am always letting him know that, when he does something wrong, I'm going to be on it. When he does something right, I'm going to be on it. I want to be as supportive as possible. And I'm sure that her mom wants to be as supportive as well. She just may not know how to show that support to Leah. You know what I mean? She tells us a little bit about her past, but we aren't her parent and we weren't there. We didn't see it. You know, we don't know what hell her mom and dad went through raising her as a teenager. It seems like it was quite the nightmare. So I'm wishing her the best and hoping that maybe she will go back on the wagon, or if she does decide to drink, she can top herself off with a 1 drink limit. She says that she's not an alcoholic. She just has a bad reaction when she drinks. I don't know if there's a term for that. Is it called rage drinking? I don't know what it's called. I don't want to create any terms and I don't want to offend anybody. So I just think that if she could level off to 1 drink, preferably a glass of wine or sangria, which is also wine, something, you know what I mean? Just stay away from that vodka. Just stay away from the vodka. So Dorinda's getting ready for the fashion show, which is Sonia's show this time. And she's got her makeup artist / friend. I'm calling him a / friend because she is filling him in on her information. And he is talking to her like he has heard some of this stuff before. So he must be her regular artist. But anyway, she is upset with John because John and her were invited to some event. She didn't want to go and John went and didn't tell her that he went. And she feels after 7.5 years, if there's an event that they're invited to and she doesn't want to go, his response should be, well, I don't want to go either. And she was also ticked off that somebody that she knew texted her to let her know that John was there. And she says after being together 7.5 years, somebody should not have to tell her where he is. She should know. Okay. Then she says, but it's not because I'm jealous. It's not because I'm jealous. It's a transparency thing. Okay, Now you know, if you have watched any of my videos, how I feel about her and John. Now, I am on the fence about this. You have been dating for 7.5 years, but you have stated that John does not live with you. Okay. This is a grown-ass man, right? He should be able to go wherever the hell it is he wants to go. You should be able to go wherever the hell it is you want to go. Now, just because you did not want to go to this event does not mean he should not have been allowed to go. Should he have been a little more considerate and said, hey, maybe I will just stay home with you? Probably, but it's not a demand. And if you really didn't want him to go, you should have been firm about it and said, hey, John, let's hang out. Let's do something tonight. I don't think you should go. And give him the reasons why you don't feel like he should go. I happen to think it's because of that comment that Ramona made last episode when she told you John was out giving out his number. I don't think it's transparency at all. I think that you are concerned and worried that he is out there passing out his number, which I don't know why you would be. But anyway, as I have said many times before, just break up because you don't seem to be happy with this man at all. Later on in the episode, the dude shows up to the fashion show and she's like, I didn't know John was coming here. She says, I only see him when it's a party. That says a lot there. If you only see him when there is a party, that means that he just wants to be seen. And he knows if Dorinda is there, I'm going to be seen. People are going to be talking to her. I'm going to be meeting people, smoozing with people, and the cameras are possibly going to be there. So I'm going to be on TV. Meanwhile, this dude is working his way through the fashion show, talking to people, hugging people, not next to her at all. Leah comes in and he walks up to her, gives her a hug and a kiss, and she says, oh God, he got sweat all over me. I'm sorry. What is that about? Remember his first season on the show? He was doing that with Ramona and Ramona wasn't feeling it either. See what I mean? Dorinda, get rid of John. That's all I'm saying. Bye, John. Sonia gets to the show. You know, she's there before the show starts. She's looking around. These flowers is looking pitiful. Everything is just not where it should be. She says the flowers look like something that she picks up at Home Depot for her house, and it wasn't elegant. So she's running around like a chicken with her head cut off, yelling at people, get this, get that, who's working this? Oh my Lord, get the flowers. I mean, it's just a lot happening, right? So Dorinda had mentioned earlier that Sonia sent a couple of her Sonia Morgan by Sonia Morgan collection outfits to all the girls so that they could wear at the show, you know, represent, show up wearing Sonia's stuff. Well, Dorinda had worn her outfit that belongs to Sonia's collection. Ramona said that her outfit would not zip up, so she had to pick up something else. Tinsley wore one of Ramona's options. Leah was pissed. She did not get any of the options that she requested. Her one, and it was a jersey cotton. She said it was a cashmere, but that was jersey cotton. She sent her a jersey cotton pants outfit that looked like pajamas with a pink hat and sunglasses. Leah put that in a bag. It looked like it could have been any bag that you would get at Target or Marshall, somewhere like that. She put that shit in a bag and said, I'm returning this to Sonia. I don't know who she's fooling or what she's trying to do, but I'm not showing up to a fashion show wearing that. So when she gets there, she's wearing a dress that has Little Kim all over it because she is a big fan of Little Kim. Everybody's like, oh, Leah, you look great. Is that Sonia by Sonia? And she says, no. She said, Sonia sent me pajamas. Like, she was pissed. Everybody had a comment.
No, Sonia sent me pajamas to wear tonight. I was supposed to wear this.
Why was Leah going to a fashion show with hundreds of people? I wouldn't wear that outfit either. That's like a sweat outfit, something you do to, like, I don't know, sleep in, walk the dog.
See what I mean? So the fashion show starts, and honey, it was no music or lights, so they didn't know the fashion show had started. Every outfit that came down the runway, all the girls was like, Leah, you could have wore that. She could have sent you that. Oh my gosh. Well,
It's cute. I just wish we knew that it had started. There's no music. There's no lights. There's just some girls walking by. I mean, is this the fashion show? Oh,
see what I mean? Well, Leah gets to talk to Sonia after the fashion show is over. Everybody's, hugging on Sonia and everything. Leah is sitting there
To
like,
Fashion Week events since I was literally in 8th grade when I was babysitting for the editor of 17 magazine. And I know what a fashion show looks like. This is not a fashion show.
she knows fashion. I don't. She said it. I said it too. I mean, maybe I do know a little bit about fashion. But anyway, Leah tells Sonia, here's your outfit. She said, I don't know what she was thinking. She gives Sonia the outfit in that bag, and Sonia said, I sent this in a beautiful bag. And she said, no, you didn't. The bag was ripped, and it was just this brown bag. It wasn't anything fancy. Sonia, in the middle of the damn fashion show, starts taking off her dress and putting on this outfit. They had to rush her out of the room so that she could take off her top and put on the shirt that came with these pants. She comes prancing out wearing the outfit. Leah says it's hard to stay mad with her when she's walking around her own fashion show looking like a pimp in pajamas. The rest of the girls told her that was a no-go. That outfit it looks ridiculous. And it did. As far as wearing it for that fashion show, Ramona had her opinions on what that outfit was for as well. Anyway, that was it for the episode. I do think next week's episode might be a little better. I did see Luann sipping on the vodka. These girls need to stay the hell away from the vodka. Why can't they have a little wine spritzer? Just a little glass of wine and then go on about their business. You can walk around holding that same glass of wine all evening if you just take small sips, and then you won't have a hangover, or you won't get naked or cuss anybody out or stand on anybody's table or something. I mean, I'm just saying, can they have an event where they don't embarrass everybody? No, because then we probably wouldn't watch the damn show. So it is what it is. But until next time, bye.